Today we are talking about Northern Virginia and specifically 8 reasons why not to move to Northern Virginia to give you the whole picture of why clients do or do not relocate here. It is one of the most popular areas that we have for clients relocating across the country, and it's home to a couple of the best counties to live in according to niche.com as well. But in order to get the whole picture, we have to talk about the negatives, which we're going to cover today. Now this list I've compiled from my over 25 years of living and owning here. And in this list, the last item is a surprise to a lot of people, so make sure you stick to the end so you get that one as well. All right, we're gonna get into the number one big ugly one first, which is cost of living. It is very expensive to live in Northern Virginia compared to the rest of the country. On average, it's anywhere between 50 and 100% more expensive to live here than other parts or than the average of the country, with housing being the number one driver of that. On average, housing could be between 100 and 200% of the national average. At the time of this video, I also looked up the current state of the single family market in Arlington, Alexandria, and Fairfax County. And in those areas, it was just under 900 single-family properties, which is a very low inventory, which contributes to the housing costs. And of that, 2/3 were over $1 million. The lowest priced house I saw was at $455,000, which is a 4-bed, 1-bath Rambler. It certainly needed some work. And the most expensive is a new construction property at $50 million on the Potomac River in McLean. That one is 6 beds, 10 full and 4 half baths. Anything you want to possibly do in that house you can if you've got the $50 million. So housing is a big driver of the cost, and cost of living is very expensive here. All right, getting to the number 2 reason why not to move to Northern Virginia, and it is density. It's very dense here. If you don't like that, if you like to be able to look out for miles, like I have family in Southern Virginia and they have 3 acres and they can just look out. That is not the norm here. You can certainly afford maybe a private oasis somewhere, but as soon as you get a block away, you're going to be around people. There's the removal of single family zoning in Arlington County recently as well, where previously you could only build a single family property. Now you can build multifamily up to 6 units in some areas of the county, with that being phased in. So it's only going to get more dense. There's only going to be more people living here. You're going to be elbow to elbow at some areas. And if that is not your cup of tea, then Northern Virginia will not be for you. All right, the number 3 reason why not to live in Northern Virginia is taxes. Now, property taxes as a whole, compared to the rest of the country, you're midway, so it's okay there. But when it comes to state and local income taxes, it's ranked number 11 in the country, so you're certainly going to pay your fair share of taxes there. Now, Virginia is also a personal property tax state, which means that your car will be taxed every year. Fairfax County, for example, will charge you $4.57 for every $100 of assessed value. So if your car is assessed at $30,000, you're going to pay just under $1,400 a year before their current break. They're giving you a break right now, 15% off of that. But that's going to go away. So you're going to pay right around $1,400 a year if your car is assessed at $30,000 a year. I find that one pretty annoying myself. I was surprised the first time I got that bill in October, or paid that bill in October. Be prepared for that sticker shock if you are going to live in Virginia. There's a break for active duty, you won't pay it, but everyone else, pretty much, you're gonna pay it. All right, number 4 on our list of why not to live in Northern Virginia is traffic. I know people complain all the time wherever you may live about your traffic, but Northern Virginia is proud to be home of 2 of the worst hotspots in the nation when it comes to traffic, and it is also part of the DC Metro, which is ranked number 8 for worst traffic in the country. I can tell you that even if you're on the Beltway on middle of the afternoon after about 2:30, when a lot of government workers get out and they go back home, it is a parking lot in Northern Virginia. You can be on 66, you can be on the Beltway, you can be going into town, out of town. Doesn't matter. You're going to be slow. It could take you an hour sometimes just to go 5 miles, just the way the wind blows and if there's anything going on with the roads. So there's more cars than there should be. The roads aren't built big enough. They're constantly expanding them. There's lots of construction. You can go on 66 in the summer and see construction crews as far as the horizon. It is what it is when it comes to traffic, and that is a shock to some people about how bad it is here, but it is inevitably just going to always be that way. All right, number 5 on our reasons why not to live in Northern Virginia is toll roads. There are 6 different toll roads here. That's right, 6. And the costs vary throughout the day. What the cost was in the morning might not be the cost in the afternoon when you come home. It varies based on traffic flow with some of these tolls. I've known some people who spend over $1,000 a month on tolls. They value time much more than money. They're a little quirky, but you can get around tolls. There are parallel roads you can use and utilize, but you're going to be stuck at lights. You're going to have more traffic. It's going to take you longer to get to where you're going. So just know that tolls are a thing here. They're not going anywhere, and they're going to always exist here. Reason number 6 why people don't move to Northern Virginia, and that is public transportation. I have a little bit of a contrary opinion to most in here. I think it could be a lot stronger in Northern Virginia than it is. You certainly have train access here in Alexandria and Arlington and up to Tyson's, and you can get it out to the airport now, which is great. They're putting a new train station in Potomac Yards, which is very close to where Amazon HQ2 is going in. But after, once you get past Tyson's, by and large, you're going to be relying on bus service, which has been very consistent in the past. They've had strikes, they've had months of going without bus service. It is, in my opinion, a weak point of Northern Virginia compared to, say, DC or areas of Maryland. It could certainly be a lot stronger if they push those initiatives, which there's many reasons why they haven't. So I personally find Northern Virginia as a whole is weak on public transportation. All right, reason number 7 why people don't move to Northern Virginia, and it is the weather. Now, it doesn't bother me too much. I'm pretty used to it here. I grew up in Texas, and I got used to hot summers and things like that, and humidity. But here, there are 4 seasons. People generally complain about the summer the most because it's 100% humidity. You feel like you're getting hit with a wall of water when you go outside. If it's not your cup of tea, you're certainly not going to like it. And the winters here, they're pretty mild. You don't get a lot of snow. People complain about that. My kids said it was the worst winter ever, and I actually had to agree with them, given their ages. There was no snow this last winter. Nothing at all. No measurable snow whatsoever. So you might love that, but people complain about the weather here, especially with hot, humid summers and the winters just being hit or miss. You might get 2 blizzards in one year. You might not get any snow the next year. All right, number 8 on the list, the last one which catches people off guard if they're not ready for it, is the fast-paced nature of life here. People here are career-driven, they are ambitious, they are focused, they are moving places in life, and they're not necessarily trying to hang out on Sunday afternoons. Don't get me wrong, people are friendly, people are nice, but they are focused on themselves a lot. And that carries over to a lot of different areas of your life, like schools. They're very competitive. If it's zoned to what's considered a good school, people are vying for learning programs, language programs, advanced programs for their kids. They're really pushing their kids forward. They're really focused on their careers, and that's just kind of, the norm here. It's just very competitive. And if that's not your cup of tea, or if that's not what you like in life, you could be thrown off. You could be taken back by that, especially if you're used to a little bit of a slower pace of life. So try not to be surprised by how fast-paced everything is here. Well, I hope that list of the top 8 reasons why not to move to Northern Virginia was helpful for you. I do think it's a great area to live. I'm a bit biased in that regards. However, it's not for everyone. I do help a lot of people relocate to this area from other parts of the country for their career, for retirement, things like that. So feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any questions pertaining to your unique situation and what's going on with you in your life. As always, please like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know about the current market in DC, or Northern Virginia in this case, and as well get notices when we push out new content, which we do a couple times a week on this channel. And until next time, I hope to see you around town.